When people become adults, they start interacting with one another more and occasionally causing minor disruptions. That annoyance can take some quite strange forms if not well monitored. This involves the mysterious plight of a young man. Hello, and welcome to the mysterious realm. That is 24-year-old YouTuber Randy Stair. He has an unhealthy fixation on two seemingly unrelated topics, Danny Phantom cartoons and the Columbine High School massacre. People around Randy should have recognized red flags in his spiral into madness, but instead, they disregarded him. Excuse me, gang, you have found another terrible tale, which may not be widely read but is terrifying. It could be quite surprising, unimaginable. Alternatively, it may seem odd, but it's the case. For today's discussion, we'll look at Randy Stair, better known as Andrew Blaze. It's been around 15 years since Randy first uploaded videos on YouTube. There were numerous red flags that something terrible was about to happen. Still, Randy's followers either didn't notice them or didn't care. But Randy wasn't joking, and I am not exaggerating when I say that the motivation for his murders is the most bizarre I have ever heard. The fact that Randy left a trail of disturbing evidence and filmed everything that happened before his murder only adds to the case's eeriness. Randy's favorite show was the Nickelodeon cartoon Danny Phantom, whose main character, Danny Fenton, becomes a hybrid of human and ghost after getting into trouble with the Dimensional Gateway. This is where Randy was introduced to Ember McLean. He claimed that he was profoundly affected the first time he saw her in his late elementary years. His initial romantic interest was directed toward her. Randy became increasingly preoccupied with this interest. As a result, he created several OCs, several spin-off characters, and an animated series based on the show. The name of this animated series, Ember's Ghost Squad, is obviously a nod to Ember McLean. Randy was a very reserved child. In elementary school, he worried a lot about dying and longed to have some friends. Due to his lack of direction, he made several bad decisions that led him down a dangerous road. A cartoon character named Ember, who sets himself on fire to commit suicide, was a popular inspiration for suicidal thoughts. His brother's friend Tom was killed in an automobile crash. After spending too much time thinking about morbid topics like YouTube or death in class, he developed the peculiar habit of visiting Tom's gravesite on the anniversary of his death. Somehow, he convinced himself that dying would restore him to his normal form. This was when Randy had his big realization that he was an alien on Earth. Because only by passing away could he become who he was destined to be. Randy had been sending out videos and articles, all of which had comprehensive preparations for the horrible thing he intended to do next, but no one was aware of this. Videos with titles like Journal, Digital Set, and Suicide Tapes were posted to one of his Twitter accounts. Before the shooting, he used the alias Rachel to post tweets on Twitter at around 1 a.m. together. Andrew and I plan to shed light on the hidden dangers that people face every day. As soon as Randy verifies that the videos and tweets are live, he begins his nefarious scheme, which is now visible to everyone on the internet. Randy has ensured that his co-workers can't escape his nightmare, but his oblivious colleagues have no idea they're in one. By the time it's 1 in the morning, Randy has made his way to the shop's front doors, locked them, and blocked them with a pallet. Then he reaches inside his duffel and pulls out 2 shotguns with pistol grips and pump actions. Randy has spared no effort to ensure the success of his heinous scheme. He began shooting his co-workers one by one, first with Victoria, then Brian, then Terry, and last, Kristen. Randy kept shooting at random inside the shop until he realized he had exhausted his detailed plan. Randy strolled quietly through the store and into the deli, where he shot and killed himself. The last tweet he sent read, "Goodbye, the human race, I shall miss you." 3 of his comrades were killed in the attack, and all 3 ultimately succumbed to their injuries. Kristen was the only one who got away. And with that, this strange occurrence comes to a close. In today's video, leave a comment telling us what scared you the most. If you enjoy it, please subscribe, and we hope to see you again soon.